All right, let's talk about money. A lot has been made about President Trump's efforts to cut federal spending, and now he's taking the penny pinching literally, announcing last night that he has ordered the U.S. Mint to stop making pennies. Now, unlike other recent executive orders, this one is unlikely to get much opposition because pennies aren't even worth the zinc and copper they're made from. Well, not even barely. So today, Kent went to make sense of what a future in America without pennies might mean.
You can spend a pretty penny on a penny at Crystal Coin and Collectibles. But if you want the owner's 2 cents,
how often are you using pennies?
Mike Carter admits he's no penny apologist.
It's kind of an irrelevant coin nowadays. It feels weird saying that coming from a coin dealer, but
I was just going to say that. What are you talking about?
it's kind of wasting money to keep striking them when there's so many already out in circulation still.
According to the Federal Reserve, there are at least 114 billion pennies in circulation. But because so few return to retailers after being doled out in change, the Fed spends about $192 million a year to produce them at a cost of more than 3 cents per cent.
This seems like an easy place to save a bit of money to me.
Tyler Shipper with the University of St. Thomas says a 2022 Federal Reserve study estimated that pinching the penny could save up to $100 million a year. Although nickels, which cost nearly 14 cents to produce last year, could complicate that.
So if everything is rounded to the nearest nickel, does the mint need to start producing more nickels? And does that offset some of the cost savings from this? And I don't know that we have a good answer to that.
Speaking of rounding,
I'm actually interested to see what's going to happen.
U of M marketing professor George John says when it comes to pricing, the power of the penny is more mental than monetary.
There's a fancy word for it. We call it rational inattention. You kind of ignore that last digit. And that's why you see so many nines.
When Canada ditched the penny in 2013, a study found grocery stores did tend to round up their prices instead of down. And while it didn't amount to a lot, it illustrates why change is hard.
It is a sign of inflation. It's a tangible sign of inflation. And that's why governments hesitate to do it.
I'm kind of indifferent about it. I think,
It doesn't sound like you're indifferent. It sounds like you're like, get them out of here.
yeah, kind of because we're still seeing wheat pennies in circulation, and those haven't been struck since 1959. Why are we still striking modern pennies when they're not being used?
All right, so Kent, if this becomes a thing, what happens to the jillions of, sorry, the math there, of pennies that are out there right now?
That's a good question, Jana. It's something the president didn't really get into. And frankly, it's because although the president can order, at least from scholars, we believe he can order this to stop in terms of printing pennies, it'll take an act of Congress to come up with what happens next. In Canada, they did offer to recycle them. They have a program. So in the meantime, what do? Well, if you ask my 4-year-old and your little guy there, Jana, we've got a penny press for you. So you could just recycle them right here. In fact, you can make a nice little collector's item.
Wow, I'm sure the line outside is already forming. Thanks so much, Kent. We'll be right back.